Hey, we have Boojilicious versus JPP Waddleman. Looks like a little bit of a quick battle, maybe? Maybe? You know, that this JPP Waddleman person is in the tournament scene. I just never have seen them. But, Greenskins versus Tzeentch, traditionally not thought of as a very good greenskin matchup at all. Now, some people think it's good. I don't know. I still feel like my caster just gets sniped by blue fire right away. And I have no air presence, so I can't really stop Tzeentch from doing what they want. But, oh well. I always love the Greenskins, love to see them. They're actually one of my favorite factions right now, just like fun-wise, not necessarily meta-wise. Two Goblin Wolf Riders, a Black Orc, looks like 4 Goblin Archers, some Squig Herds, some Goblins, 2 Rogue Idols, just a casual 2 Rogue Idols, including Dabiggin, another Rogue Idol. And then Wurzag on his pig with Foot of Gork and Fists of Gork. Huh. Interesting. I mean, with Wurzag, not to be a bitch, because, like, obviously, I mean, you have double Rogue Idol, you're having the time of your life right now, so you don't really want to hear meta, but I'll say it anyway for anybody watching. You probably don't want Foot of Gork, you probably want 2 cheap spells to use the most out of your Bonewood Staff. There it is. Because Foot of Gork is a really expensive spell, so you only get 1 charge of your Bonewood Staff off it, where if you use a bunch of cheap spells, you can get a lot of that off. For the side of Tzeentch, we have Kairos Fate Weaver with Blue Fire and Regrowth. We have the Golden Griffin of Theurgy as well. The ROR, Lord of Change, Blue Horrors, Marauders, Chaos Warriors, Marauders, Blue Horrors, some Furies, and we do have a Burning Chariot of Tzeentch. Haven't seen that for a long time, and it's currently using its ammunition archers. Probably don't want to do that. It is extremely limited in its ammunition. Either want to go snipe Wurzag with it, or maybe use it on the Rogue Idols, because it has insane missile strength. But shooting basic goblins with it is just not worth the Winds of Magic, the ammunition at all. Rogue Idol and the Greenskins front line's going absolutely nuts, especially with a Wah powering them on. They're all doing just fine. And Furies try to land on these Goblin Archers, but the Biggin's just going to stomp them to death. And goodbye, Furies. They're already crumbling away. Chariot has used almost all of its ammunition on Goblins and Goblin Archers. That is not the targets you want. Very, very unfortunate stuff there. But Wurzag is now getting sniped. This is the biggest problem of trying to play Greenskins versus Tzeentch. Golden Griffin of Theurgy tried to dive on Wurzag. He used Effigy to get to hold it in place, and then it said, ha, joke's on you, fucking nerd. I use Gaze of Fate to keep you in place. Also, did anybody just see this asshole completely miss the Goblins and instead just nuke his own Chaos Warriors? Did anybody see that? Because I did. Rewind it. Rewind the video and watch it again. This absolute fuck nugget is doing nothing right. Not the player, I'm talking about this bitch. Because he clicked on the Goblins, which I still think is a waste of ammunition, and his Burning Chariot was like, got it, so nuke the Chaos Warriors. Anyway, I digress. Henna's Golden Hounds that are bound to the Golden Griffin are trying to rip apart these Black Orcs. It's doing okay damage. It's actually like a perfect cast where it stayed inside of them the whole time. It still didn't do that much damage. I really don't think that spell's that good, but it's bound, so might as well use it. It's free. Yeah, Goblin Archer's getting routed off. Wurzag very close to dead. One more Blue Fire would probably take him out. Rogue Idols clearing infinite infantry. This has been always something Rogue Idols can do. You don't usually see them in the meta because they're so janky and their hits don't usually work against large targets and they're easily stuttered and all that stuff. But versus infantry, absolute Goliaths. They will just kill infinite infantry fantastically. Their animations all work well against infantry. It's just all really good. So he's living his best life. Wurzag does take another Blue Fire, takes him down to 600 HP, but he does manage not to rout. So one more Blue Fire. Chariot of Tzeentch is out of ammo. It did dive down to try and chase these Goblin Archers, but it looks like they just rallied anyway, and now with Squigs and Archers, this pathetic Chariot is going to die. Kairos dives on Wurzag. Doesn't actually do any damage to him, but it does terror rout him. Hooray. Waz popped. Tzeentch is down on the balance of power. All things are good. Both Rogue Idols extremely healthy. Extremely. The healthiest Rogue Idols you ever did done see. Kairos nets down Wurzag yet again, says, come here, you little bitch. And dives over onto him, does get a hit this time. He is going to go down to negative 55 leadership for just a bit, and wow, he dies. All right, Kairos got another hit off on him. Good God. Without Wurzag, the Greenskins have no caster, but more importantly, their leadership tanks. You can see all of a sudden we have a mass break along the back line. Anybody that was low on leadership before is only beginning to know the meaning of suffering. Some Chaos Warriors are wandering up. The Biggin is standing right here like, girl, please, don't you dare walk into me. I will stomp on you. Do it. Stomp on him. Do it. Fine, just push him. Takes a bolt to change the back of the head, literally doesn't even notice it. With 15,000 HP, it's just not, it's not something he cares about. Greenskins in max Exodus from the two big bird characters. Chaos Warriors trying to fight the Rogue Idol, plus some Black Orcs. Ooh, Rogue Idol plus some Black Orcs. Ooh. Okay. Big hits there. How are we looking, Tzeentch? How are we looking? Some Chaos Warriors, some Marauders, two birds at full HP, but those are caster birds. I mean, Kairos is 35-20 for fucking melee stats. It's not that good. 56-56 in the Golden Griffin. That's actually significant. Wow. Go Golden Griffin, go. Magic attacks too. But it looks like the Rogue Idols don't even have physical resist. It's not like it matters. Doesn't bypass armor. Though both of them have pretty good arm piercing values because they're birds. God damn it, Tzeentch. Yeah, of course you get good arm piercing values too. You sick son of a bitch. Greenskins, nothing else matters in this game for them except for the two Rogue Idols and the Black Orcs. Everything else is so low and such low tier stuff like Goblin Wolf Riders, Goblin Archers, Goblins that they are just going to cycle route. I'm going to do a little bit of fast forwarding here. Some blue fires from Kairos, but they're mostly just chasing every Goblin unit while throwing blue fires back at the Black Orcs. And the Rogue Idols are picking off any Chaos Warriors they can, but Tzeentch is just chasing off all the Goblins it can while getting more and more blue fires. Birds dive in at last. Bounce power slightly in the favor of the Greenskins. I would tend to agree, especially with a healthy Black Orc and two full health Rogue Idols versus just some birds. It's feeling pretty good. Now these squigs are trying to come out of the trees. They are going to catch these Chaos Warriors, and we do have Gaze of Fate. Gaze of Fate used to keep the Black Orcs in place. It nets them down while the tier 3 army ability of Tzeentch comes in, and it's actually doing pretty decent damage to the Rogue Idols too, just how many are hitting them. Wow, that Gaze of Fate did, I mean, the tier 3 armor ability did a lot of damage to this Rogue Idol. Who's also, I mean, he's also getting pecked by birds, don't get me wrong, but still, goddamn. And obviously did a lot of damage to the Black Orcs. Bounce power's about even. Squig's chasing off the last Chaos Warrior of Tzeentch. And can Kairos and the Golden Griffin just grind down with two of the best melee monsters in the entire game? Well, maybe. Because I did say at the very start that they're really good at fighting infantry. They're not so good at fighting bigger things because their models are clunky and their animations are clunkier, and they'll often just miss what they're hitting at. But, like, if they're surrounded by infantry, they can't miss, right? Wherever their fist lands, there's going to be something there. But with the big bird models, I mean, they might swing at open air. You don't know. A little bit more shenanigans as Goblins are chased off, Squigs are chased off. Blue Fire is going to hit Debiggen. And the Golden Griffin is back. Golden Griffin is landing. So is Kairos. They're in here. 35-25 melee stats versus 73-30. The Golden Griffin decides landing is for chumps. Just kind of hovers for a little bit there. As Kairos goes down, he's going to 2v1 the Rogue Idols. And notice he still has full shield, so his 20 melee defense has held. His 20 melee defense is still holding. He took a little bit of damage there, but he got staggered. Because for some fucking reason, the giant bird models were coded to also have fall downs, so they get all the benefits of birds, that their wings push stuff back, so they have almost infinite mass, because their mass isn't actually infinite, but they can push out of any situation because they're fucking wings. But they also get the benefits of being infantry, quote-unquote, because they'll fall down instead of taking damage sometimes, which is a thing usually only infantry characters can do. So fuck you, bird models, you fucking pieces of shit, I hate you so much. Bounce power actually goes in favor of Tzeentch for a little bit. Another bolt of change is going to hit this Rogue Idol on the head. Kairos, it did land. He's getting some good shots off. His shields are still there, meaning he hasn't taken too much damage from one of the Rogue Idols yet. Rogue Idol tries to hit him, but he falls down instead of taking damage. Still has his shields up, that's how you can tell, because one Rogue Idol shot will go straight through the shields. Rogue Idol gets a good hit onto Kairos, Dr. Fateweaver. But the Rogue Idol's not looking so hot. They started this fight with the two birds. All four models were at essentially full health, and now the Rogue Idols are both at about half-ish, and the birds are feeling right, and the birds are also backed up by regrowth. Kairos has regrowth, so. Kairos is maybe overstaying his welcome now. He is surrounded by both models. They are having troubles swinging. You can see they often just stand and stare at him, but a big stomp does catch him as the Golden Griffin is going to come in from behind. Now, also, Rogue Idols are unbreakable, so you straight up have to kill these guys. And that is not going in Tzeentch's favor. Kairos backs off. He's going to throw an Overcast of Regrowth on himself. Takes a little bit of Overcast damage, but he doesn't mind. heal way more than that from the spell itself. Another Cycle Charge in from the Golden Griffin. Kairos comes back. Cycle Charging, Cycle Charging, Cycle Charging. Black Orcs are pushed off. Kairos is back to full HP with the regrowth. Bounce power goes significantly against the Greenskins at this point. Golden Griffin and Kairos still teaming up. The Golden Griffin actually has full shields. That's how hard everybody's focused on Kairos. Then they hit him and those shields go away. Kairos back in the sky. Another regrowth for him. Maybe giving regrowth to a guy who has Blue Fire, Pendulum, Harmonic Convergence wasn't a good idea, CA. Maybe that was a bad fucking idea to give Kairos goddamn regrowth. Anyway. He's running around. He's almost heal capped, but he's at 3/4 HP right now. Golden Griffin's down to half HP, fighting the big Rogue Idol. Doesn't want any of it. He's going to fly over and catch out the separated Debiggin, who starts rampaging. But he is landing a lot of nice attacks onto Kairos. A lot of nice attacks onto Kairos. Almost killing him. I'm kind of surprised the Birds haven't opted out to go chase down the Black Orcs, but I think he wanted to take this opportunity while the Rogue Idols were separated from each other and really just snipe down one. Debiggin, staggering a lot, gets a couple more punches out as he punches at the Golden Griffin, misses a lot of attack on the Golden Griffin, and then he dies. Golden Griffin and Kairos now teaming up. Golden Griffin backs off for an awfully long time, leaving Kairos all alone, and Kairos does get the demonic instability. He crumbles away. Balance power is now back in the favor of the Greenskins. A lot of misses onto the Golden Griffin. A lot of misses onto the Golden Griffin. There's a big hit. Now the shields are gone. There's no one left for the Golden Griffin to go attack. Tzeentch is massively ahead on the balance of power all of a sudden, but the Golden Griffin's out of things to go Cycle Charge. It's not like it has magic to use or anything because it used all of its bound spells. So 3,000 HP to 2,300. 1,000 weapon strength on the Rogue Idol. I think they get more weapon strength as they get more damage. Yeah. They lose armor, but they get more weapon strength. So he's down to 60 armor, which is actually pretty low. Golden Griffin fighting back. 1,500-ish to 2,700-ish. Golden Griffin is still trying to hold on. Balance power is about at the middle. But if that demonic instability comes in like it is just going to sap him away. And a Rogue Idol with 2,000 health, but as far as Rogue Idols go, it's not a lot. Rogue Idol is going to carry the day. Got a little scary there for a second. Boojilicious. Wurzag got mostly sniped down. He didn't get to do a whole lot. Debiggin, 3,100 value. Other Rogue Idol, 3,100 value. Black Orcs also paid for themselves. Goblin Archers did, fine. They did fine / okay. Swigs did well. Goblin Wolf Riders surprisingly did well. Goblins did nicely. The other side, Kairos, 3,500 damage value. Oh my god, fuck you, Kairos. 3,200 on his bird friend. 300 on the Burning Chariot. Chaos Warriors also struggled. Furies struggled. Blue Horrors struggled. And Marauders did okay-ish, but it was really a battle of the big single entities. GG's. Rawr.
Subscribe, yes.